Hey, what's up, YouTube? Just making another video real quick. I'm noticing something weird. And tell me if you guys have seen this. Since when did Xbox fanboys start caring about sales? Okay? For the longest time, for the last year plus, year and change, we've been hearing Xbox fanboys berate and bash PlayStation people who bring up that PS4 is the more popular console. And obviously we use the sales to, in essence, use that sales as our evidence that PS4 is the more popular console. And Xbox fans and fanboys rightly say that sales do not equal a better product. I tend to agree with them. That's why I don't necessarily use sales in and of itself. I do think sales mean something, and I can get into that in a later video as far as what third-party publishers think about, because they're into making money. They're not into just providing whatever. They're into making money. The third-party companies, and companies want to make money. Anyway, this isn't about that. What this is about is Xbox fanboys using sales as a weapon, as an argument when they want to, but then they want to ditch it when PlayStation fanboys bring it up, I'm sorry. And what do I mean? Okay, here's the deal. We all know for the past year and a half, anytime PlayStation fanboy brings up PS4 sales are, noticeably larger than Xbox, we get, people saying, well, that doesn't matter because, it doesn't prove that something's better. And I happen to agree with it. Here's where it goes off the rails, though. Xbox fanboys use sales to bash PlayStation games or prop up Xbox games. For instance, and that's why you see the video playing on Bloodborne. That's the first example I'm going to use. Think about this. Xbox, when Bloodborne was first about to drop, everybody waited to see what the reviews were. And when we started seeing 90s, high 80s, low 90s, mid 90s, etc. on these, on this game, Xbox fanboys knew they couldn't bash it for being a quote-unquote bad game. They had to say, first of all, that they're not interested in the game. And that you really can't argue with because that's somebody's opinion. I'm not here to argue that. If it's not for you, it's not for you. First-person shooter games aren't really for me. I try them out, I play the campaign, and then I ditch them. So, to each your own on their opinion as far as not into that game. My problem is when Xbox fanboys say, well, Bloodborne won't quote-unquote sell well, or Bloodborne is quote-unquote niche, which is just a fancy term for won't sell well. I'm sorry. Are we now, deciding, that sales equal better product? So a lower sales means lower quality product? Is that what we're doing? Since when did Xbox fanboys care about sales? Okay. Next example. I'm seeing this come up a lot more now near E3, where I'll hear Xbox fanboys put out the list of games, Halo 5, Forza, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I believe it's timed, but hey, it might not be. I don't know. It's up in the air. It's not unequivocal. It's kind of vague the way they say, Speaking of which, Capcom came out and specifically showed how you're supposed to talk about an exclusive game. For y'all that don't know, look up Capcom and Street Fighter V and see what they said. Anyway, and I'm not sure, hey, maybe they might flip-flop later on down the line anyway. But anyway, back to my point. What we're seeing is Xbox fans and fanboys specifically. Fans, I don't mind because they don't turn hypocritical. Fanboys, this is what I'm talking about. So they put out their list, Halo 5, this, that, and the other. PS4 fans put out their list, Until Dawn, Persona 5, all these other games that aren't going to sell as well. We all know this, but again, better sales does not equal better quality. So for all we know, Persona 5 may end up getting higher reviews than Halo 5. Nobody knows. I'm not sitting here arguing that it will. Your preference a game is your preference. I couldn't care less. My point is, what we then hear from Xbox fanboys is, well, Halo will outsell all of those games you just listed combined. I've heard that a lot. I've heard that the Xbox lineup this holiday season will outsell the whole PS4 lineup for the whole year. All of the PS4 exclusives combined won't sell as much as the Xbox exclusives for the end of the year. Again, since when did Xbox fanboys care about sales? And the answer is, they care about sales when they think they can use it to their advantage in an argument. But the moment they can't, they act like talking about sales is forbidden. Okay? So Halo 5 is going to outsell Persona 5 10 to 1 maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't put it past it. 10 to 1. 5 million to 500,000. 10 to 1. Does that prove that Halo 5 is a better game? Does better sales equal better quality? Because if you're going to make that argument, if you're going to use better sales as criteria for better quality product, by that argument, and I'm not saying I agree with it, in fact, I'm saying I disagree with that. But by that argument, if you're going to use that argument, PS4 is the better console then. Just saying, if you're going to use, if that is the criteria, then PS4 wins. I don't agree with that criteria, but the Xbox fanboys, you cannot pick and choose when you're going to make a sales argument. You either allow all sales arguments to go through, or you stay quiet about all sales. So if a PS4 game comes out, highly rated, sells one copy to me, your boy Young Soul, and that's it, that don't mean it ain't a good game. Don't start bashing, oh, nobody bought it. Bloodborne only sold 1 million out of 22 million units. And I don't care if it sold 1 unit out of 22 million. If it's to me and I like it, what difference does it make? Same thing with Xbox console. If you like your Xbox console, it doesn't matter if it's in second place, last place. It doesn't matter if it only sold 10 units or 10 million or 15 million right now. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I just thought I'd make this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Is it okay to talk about sales? Is it not? Do you think people can pick and choose when to use it and when to bash it? Let me know. Holla at your boy.